Good day, my name is Nathaniel Montano, and my partner Chris Bermundo will demonstrate our final task. So first, let's install Windows Server 2008. Create new virtual machine. Next, next. Then let's select Windows Server 2008. Click next. Click next. Store virtual disk as a single file. Next, and let's customize the hardware. Let's browse for the ISO file. So let's select the Windows 8 here, Windows 2008, open. Then the network adapter was only, then close, finish. Then let's power on this virtual machine. Let's just skip this part. Click next. No. Then let's accept the license terms. Click next. And custom advanced. Click next. Then let's just wait for the installation to finish. So we have successfully installed our Windows Server 2008. So let's log in. Administrator. And click OK. So let's now configure the time zone first. Set time zone day 15. Time is 11:49. So click OK. Next is the IP address. So right click, Network and Sharing Center, and manage network connections. Then let's check the properties. Let's check the status rather. Then details. So this is the IP address 192.168.131.132. So let's close this for now. Let's configure our IPv4. 192.168.131.132. Click OK. OK. Close. Next is let's add rows in the initial configuration task. Let's click add rows. Next, then let's check the Active Directory domain services. Click next. Click next. And let's install it. So let's just wait for the installation to finish. So let's click this wizard. Then let's just click next. Click next. Then let's create a new domain in New Forest. So our domain name should be tupt.com. Then let's click next. Click next. Click next. Then click next. Then click yes. So the password is admin123. Admin123. Click next. So this is the summary of our installation. Then let's just click next. So the installation is finished. So let's click finish. Yeah, let's start now. Let's log in. So we have already added roles, which is the Active Directory domain. Let's turn off the firewall first. Here at Control Panel, Windows Firewall, change settings, off, then apply, click OK, close. Then go to Administrative Tools. Then go to Control Panel Home and User Accounts. Then User Accounts. Turn User Account Control on or off. Then let's uncheck this. Then click OK. Then let's restart again. So let's now create departments and offices. Let's go to Administrative Tools and Active Directory Users and Computers. Then under the tupt.com, select the users, then let's add the 5 academic departments. So let's create a subgroup for Basic Art and Sciences department. Let's create a new group called Math and Science. Click OK. Then the next is English, Filipino, and Social Study. Then let's add this subgroup to basic art and sciences. So math and science here and English Filipino, and add the selected object to a group you specified. So let's enter the department name, basic, check the names, then click OK. The add to group operation was successfully completed. Click OK. Then the next is for electrical and other department. Then let's add these three subgroups to electrical and other department: computer, engineering, electrical, engineering, computer, then electronics. Then the department name is electrical. Electrical and other department. Click OK. Click OK. The next subgroup is mechanical engineering technology. So let's include this to our department, the mechanical rock, non-destructive, the electromechanical, and automotive. So the department name is mechanical and other mechanical. Check names. Click OK. Click OK. Okay. So the next subgroup is for civil and allied department. BET electromechanical, BET mechatronics, and the Bachelor of Engineering. For the Bachelor of Engineering and other department. Bachelor, check names, click OK. OK. So we are done on creating departments and its subgroups. So let's proceed to offices. So the first administrative department is Registrar's Office. And the next is Director's Office. Next is Research and Extension. Next is the Human Resource Management Office. Then Finance Office. Next is Records Office. Then the last is Library Services. So we are done now on creating our administrative department. Then the next task is create domain user for each department, office and technology section. Use their real names when creating the domain account. So we will create the domain users. So the reference is this list. We assign it students. So let's start on creating users. So create a user, the current container. So let's now add these 3 users to our group named Math and Science. Check names, click OK. So the adding users to the group is successful. So let's proceed to the next users. Gerard, Cones. So let's just say the initials is L. Gerard Cones. Click next. Password. Finish. The next is Joseph Balbada. Joseph P. Balbada. Joseph Balbada. Click next. Password. Click next. Finish. And lastly is Shane Barreto or Shane initials is J Barreto. Double T Shane Barreto. Click next. Password entering. Password entering. Next. Finish. So let's now add these 3 users to our English, Filipino, and Social Study. Shane. Next is Joseph. And Gerard. Add to a group for English. Check names, then click OK. So the next users for computer engineering technology. So let's now add these 3 new users to our subgroup. First is Celino Benifacio. Next is Carl. And last is Rose. See, click done. Let's add this to computer engineering. Computer. Check names. Click OK. So let's create another users. So let's now add the 3 new users, which is Jarol, Mark G, then the Chavez James P. Chavez. Let's edit this, properties, initials, right? Okay, fresh, the James P. and Jarol and Mark Corral. Let's add these users to electrical engineering. Check names. Click OK. Okay. So the next is electronics engineering. So let's add the new users. So let's now add these 3 new users. First is Syra, second is John Doka, then John. Add this to a group named electronics. Let's check properties, member of electronics. Okay. So we're done on adding users to the subgroups of electrical and allied department. So the next is for mechanical and allied department. So the first subgroup is mechanical engineering technology. So let's create a new user. So we're done creating 3 new users for our mechanical engineering technology. So the 3 new user is Nathaniel, Harvey, and Ronel. Add to a group. Mechanical, check names, mechanical engineering technology. Okay, click OK. So the next is for rock engineering technology. So let's now add this new user. First is Ruvel, next is Abigail, and lastly is Ara B. Garcia to rock technology. Click OK. So let's create another users. So let's now add these users. First is Datu Ibad. Next is Juan Miguel, Juan Table, and lastly Lapis Fresnel. For for non-destructive. Check names. Click OK. Click OK. So next is for electromechanical. So now let's add these users to electromechanical. Electromechanical. First is Nina. Next is Joshua C. And lastly is Aliyah. Add to a group. Check names. Electroengineering technology. Or this electromechanical engineering technology. Okay. Then let's proceed to the next technology, which is automotive engineering, the last technology for mechanical and allied department. So let's create another user. So let's now add these new users. The first is Charis. Next is Erica and Charis. Then lastly is Aimer. Let's add these users to automotive. Let's check member of automotive engineering technology. Cancel. Then let's proceed to the next department, which is Civil and Allied Department. The first subgroup is Civil Engineering Technology. So let's create 3 new users again. So we already created 3 users, which is John. Let's check first. Okay, John. Then John and Emily. Lastly, Shadona. Then let's add these users to a group, which is Civil Engineering Technology. Civil, check names, Civil Engineering Technology. Click OK. Click OK. OK. So let's now add these 3 users. First is Nina Tolentino. Mark, Vincent, Tuason, Nina Tolentino, and lastly is Ken. Let's add these three to architectural. Check names, then click OK. So the next subgroup is chemical engineering technology. So let's proceed to NS1A. Let's start with Kent Barasi. So we've already created 3 new users, which is Kent, Renzo, and Jeremy. So let's select those users. Kent, Renzo, and Jeremy P, right? For the chemical engineering technology, chemical tech names, click OK. So we're done on adding users on civil and allied department. So let's proceed to the next department, which is Bachelor of Engineering and Allied Department. So the first subgroup is BET Mechatronics. So let's create a new user. So we've already created 3 users for BET Mechatronics. So let's add these 3, which is Edmond. Second is Generous, and lastly is Hannah. Add to a group. BET check names, BET Mechatronics, click OK, then click OK. Then let's proceed to the next subgroup. So let's add these 3 users again to the subgroup, which is BET Electromechanical. So the first is Gelgin De Los Santos. This is Dinda. Next is Aaron, Dinda. Lastly is Gilbert Angeles. Add to a group. Check names, electromechanical, click OK, then click OK. So let's proceed to the next subgroup, which is Bachelor of Engineering. So let's create So let's add these users, which is Robin Pamini, and Jana Fidel, and lastly Alvin. Add to a group, which is Bachelor, check names, Bachelor of Engineering, Yes, click OK. So we are already done on creating users and inserting those accounts to departments, which is the academic department. So next is we will create a user account and insert those accounts to administrative department, which contains or consists of the following. So this is the groups. So let's start on creating user account for registrar's office. So we have already created 3 new users for registrar's office. So let's add these users: Anthony, Jules, and Jafar. To register, check names, register an office, click OK. So let's proceed to the next office, which is directors. So we have already created 3 accounts for director's office, which is the Arnie. Next is Mark Magbata, and lastly is Ian Magat. Let's add these accounts to director's office, click OK. Okay, so let's proceed to the next office, which is research and extension. Let's create another user. So let's add these 3 user accounts, which is Alitea, Mintonet, Alitea, and France. Langit to research, check names, research and extension, click OK. So let's proceed to the next, which is finance of office or human resource and management office. So let's create another user. So let's add this user, Ian, Gabriel, and Elijah to finance names, click OK. So the next is supply and procurement. So let's add these 3. Daniel, November, and Angelica, Orlando, to a group which is supply and procurement, supply, check names, okay. So there are only two remaining offices, which is record office and library services. So let's create a new user for those offices. Let's now add these users to records office, which is Daryl, Daniel, and Aldia. Record, check names, records office. Then the last is the library services. So let's now create. So we're done creating users for the last group, which is library services. The name of the users is Chrislyn. Second is Jamie Escolar. The last is Princess Epagos. Let's okay. Presley processing. Add to a group which is library. Check names. Okay. So we're done on adding users on the group which is administrative department. So the next task is all users can only log on to your station. All users should change their password every 30 days. So let's start with Aaron. So let's make the account end up. So this is automatically calculated. Today is May 16 and the password expires after 30 days, which is June 15. So let's for Abigail. So now for the next task, academic users can log on from 7:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. while administrative staff users can log on from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So let's start with Aaron A. Dela. So Aaron is a member of PET. So he's belong to academic department. So he can log on from 7:30 to 8:45. So let's configure the logon hours in account logon hours. So let's remove this. Remove this. Then apply. Okay. Then Abigail and next is Aileen A. Pallares. She's a member of Human Resource. So she belongs to administrative department. So she can log in from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So let's go to account, login hours. Let's log in the night and 7 p.m. So here we can see that she can log in from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Let's click OK, apply, and click OK. So next is Aimer G. So we've already done configuring logon hours on each user based on their department, if they are belong in academic department or administrative department.